Hello and happy Saturday to you, Dividend Growth Stock community. It's Colby, the DGI Crab, coming to you with some Saturday good news in the dividend stock portfolio that this channel focuses in on. 60 of the highest of quality dividend growth stocks separated into 4 separate tiers based on your age. We've got some good news here on Saturday. I like to reserve Saturday videos for dividend increases, stock splits, and things of that nature. Took last Saturday off. I don't think I had one to report anyway, but it was a holiday weekend, so I guess I kind of broke my own streak there. But hey, this week we do have a few of them here, so time to go into these. And I will say I'm not a licensed professional, so when I get excited about stocks, it's my opinion. So don't take what I say necessarily as direct investment advice, okay? I'm just here to give you some good ideas. What I hope are some good ideas, some things to think about in your investing journey. All right. So first off, we have this small little dividend increase from Realty Income. Realty Income typically does 4 dividend increases every single year. And they'll do them on the 3rd month of each quarter. So we've hit September. They were due for a scheduled dividend increase, and they did about the smallest one that they can do. They went from 26.3 cents per month to 26.35 cents per month, which if you run out the math, that is an increase of 0.6 cents annually per share. So not very much to get excited about with that one. It's kind of like the one that they did before 3 months ago when I reported it here on the channel. But if we look back to January of this year, they started out at 25.65 cents per month, which means that with this third small increase, cumulatively, the monthly dividend has actually increased by 2.7% so far in 2024. And in the 12th month of or the 12th month of the year here, I would assume that they're going to have yet another quarterly dividend increase. Maybe they can get that up to 26.5 cents even. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But Realty Income earlier this year was yielding up above 6%. So for a monthly payer at 6%, if we can get it at yield on cost starting out above 6%, and then also get 3 to 4% a year annual dividend increases on top of that, that's a pretty respectable combo factor from this real estate investment trust. Probably the internet's favorite REIT. And I don't blame the internet. It probably is my favorite one as well. If you're looking for consistency, sleep well at night, that's what this channel and myself love. All right, so then Broadcom, they did a small increase after doing their 10-for-1 stock split, and it's actually just a 0.9% increase. But Q4 is really what we're going to be watching for with this. So Broadcom, earlier this year, 10-for-1 stock split. So that means they went from paying $5.25 per share per quarter, and then now they're paying 53 cents per share per quarter. But again, that's not a reduction. That's just now if you had Broadcom shares in the first half of the year, you have 10x the number of shares, and the dividend is now adjusted to reflect that amount. But it is an increase nonetheless, because they could have done 52.5 cents for this Q3 dividend. They opted to just round up to 53 cents even. So it's 0.9% increase, nothing to get super excited about right now. I'll take what I can get from a dividend increase perspective. I'm not complaining. But if you look back at their dividend history, Q4 is the quarter that Broadcom does their yearly increase if they're planning on doing one. So this is probably just a little appetizer for the main course that's coming up in Q4. So stay tuned. We'll see what ends up happening with their Q4 dividend increase. I don't necessarily have a guess as to what I think what that might be, but Broadcom has certainly been doing pretty rapid dividend increases over the years. I'm going to guess, um, since they've already done 0.9%, I'm going to guess maybe about a 12% increase. So maybe this 53 cents is going to jump up to about 60, 61. We'll see if I'm right. Maybe it's even better than that. Maybe it's not quite as good. I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But Broadcom certainly has been a major success story in the market. All right, so now we're going to take a look at Cintas. Cintas, I mentioned a while back that they were doing a 4-for-1 stock split. That stock split has completed as of this past week. So now you have 4 shares of Cintas stock for every 1 that you previously owned. And the dividend does adjust accordingly. The dividend is now a quarter of what it was, but you have 4 times the shares. So it all comes out even in the wash there. But stock splits, definitely exciting for sure. Not necessarily anything that should have a major impact on your portfolio. It's just, when share prices get up high enough, sometimes that can cause a psychological barrier for some investors who prefer to buy full shares of a stock. Cintas was up above $800 a share. Earlier this year, Broadcom was $1,700 a share when they did their split. So, so many of the brokerages now allow for the purchasing of fractional shares. Robinhood, SoFi, the 2 that I primarily utilize, both of those you can do fractional shares. So I don't really care how much the share price is because I can buy fractional shares. I'm just concerned about whether or not I'm getting a discount when I'm buying the company individually. So, if it's $800 a share or $200 a share, it's not what I'm looking at. I'm just looking for, is the current day yield at minimum 20% higher than the 4-year average yield? That's when I start looking at it. The actual price per share is just incidental, really. But there are still some brokerages out there where you do have to purchase full shares. So in that case, sometimes doing stock splits can be can be useful for a stock. It's certainly easier to write call options on a stock if it's $100 a share versus $800 or $900 a share, because you've got to have at least 100 to do that. I'm not a call options writing kind of a guy, but there's obviously tons of people out there that are. So if the barrier to entry is getting 100 shares of a stock, then it's definitely a lot easier if the actual price of the stock is lower. So what are the stocks in my DGI Crab channel portfolio that are due for a stock split? Well, hey, these 6 here are the highest priced in terms of price per share. I'm of the opinion that once a stock gets up above $400, a stock split certainly should be discussed by management. You could do a 2-for-1 split at that point to bring the share price down to 200-ish. You could even do a 4-for-1 split to bring it down closer to 100. But to me, 400 is about the point where I feel like companies ought to start looking at it. Getting up above 500, absolutely they should. So right now, BlackRock is the big one here. I would love to see BlackRock do a stock split at this point. $885 a share. Come on, Larry Fink, let's split that thing up. Let's get a 4-for-1 minimum on that one. United Health at $594, Parker Hannifin at $591, Lockheed Martin at $569, and S&P Global at $519. Those are the big ones, all above $500. And then Microsoft comes up next with $430. Microsoft certainly has a history of performing stock splits, and who knows what they're going to do. I think if I was going to make a bet on it, I might actually bet that Microsoft would be the first one of these that does a split. But I could see a 2-for-1 Microsoft split absolutely coming within the next 12 months. But that's just speculative. And like I said, it doesn't really matter all that much to me because I'm just looking for a value when I buy the stock. And when I'm looking for value, I'm looking for yield. price and yield are corollary, but again, if Microsoft does a 10-for-1 stock split and now all of a sudden the shares are $43 instead of $430, whether or not I'm buying Microsoft is going to be exactly the same. I'm just looking for current day yield versus 4-year average. All right, everyone. Well, happy Saturday to you. We've got an exciting week coming up. Tuesday, doing the scheduled Great ETF Race Portfolio, episode 6. And obviously, every Friday, we'll review the 4 tiers to see where we've got value in the market. And I've got plenty of viewer-requested content that's been emailed into me at dgicrab@yahoo.com. If you have anything that you'd like to have me discuss on the channel, any questions you'd like answered, if you'd like me to analyze your portfolio or do a deep dive on a particular stock or ETF, shoot me an email. Let me know. I'll keep you anonymous, so you don't have to worry about that. But I love doing content for the viewers that the viewers requested. I want this to be a collaborative channel. I certainly have information rolling around up here in my crab head that I'm happy to do content on. But I definitely want to keep my viewers in mind as well, and I want to interact with you all and directly respond to you. So keep the questions coming in. Very excited about doing that viewer question content over the course of the next couple of weeks. Those are really starting to pile through. Keep them coming, everybody. Links in the description below to each of the videos on the 4 tiers, where you can click on the video that's most appropriate for your age range and look at the stocks that I've selected for that group. Let me know what you think. Take care, everybody. Until next time, keep investing.